sound.
It should be good. I just use my normal talking voice, so it shouldn't be that bad. But yeah.
I'm kind of leave it like that.
Okay. Oh shit, my water.
Down
You gotta stay thirsty, you know?
the hatch.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Gotta keep that mouth moist, you know?
Mm-hmm. Moister the better.
Okay.
This is brought to you by Circle K.
It is not brought to you by Circle K.
It's not brought to you by Circle K. Fuck you, Circle K. I didn't like
That's your employee cup?
It's my employee cup, yeah.
Your 2-week employee Circle K cup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They call it 2 week because I put in my 2-week notice.
That wasn't funny. Okay. You ready? Are we rolling?
It's recording, but yeah, when you're ready to start, I don't know how you want to start. It's your thing, so
Okay.
You can start it.
Start with What's up? How's it going? If you're rejoining me today, what's up? How's it going? It's very good to see you again. Today, I am joined with my work friend and also personal, James, aka JimmyUndead on YouTube. Look him up after this video.
Yeah, you gotta watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
Watch it all the way through, like, comment, and subscribe. Then you get to look at my channel.
Okay, don't be cringe.
You have to.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna be way cringe. That's my goal.
Yeah.
All right.
He hurts puppies on his channel.
Okay. No. Okay.
I didn't.
Completely random.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that Netflix documentary about that serial killer who killed cats on YouTube and then went on to kill people? What's it called?
I don't know. Well, before.
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Do you want to say anything?
Before we start, do I want to say anything? Hi, Mom. I know you're not proud of me.
Hi, James's mom. I am also not proud of him.
That's it. That's all I have to say. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah. Wait, what were we talking about? The serial killer thing?
Yeah, that was random thought. But it's gonna bother me now. It's gonna bother me. It was actually really good. It was 3 episodes, and it was people online, all internet sleuths working together to figure out who this person was, because he was killing animals online. And they kept telling the cops hey, this person's gonna become a killer, but they're well, we can't do anything about it, But then they ended up finding out who it was. I think it was called. It does involve a curse word.
Is it Dahmer?
No. But it's you don't want me to. I can't. It's YouTube.
Now you can.
Now we're a minute into YouTube. It's called Don't Fuck with Cats.
I've never heard of that.
You gotta Google it. Look it up. Look it up on Netflix.
I saw the Dahmer one, and he loved taxidermy with his dad or something.
I didn't get into Jeffrey Dahmer. I watched a little bit of it, and I was this is boring, and then turned it off. I'm not the type of guy that watches serial killer documentaries.
Neither am I.
But Don't Fuck with Cats was actually really good and disturbing. I watched it twice.
You know what's crazy? Layla, she's our work friend.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling me that there was a case going around that somebody who lived at the campus, quarters that she's at.
Yeah.
She was going and hunting raccoons, and then killing them and then eating them, on campus.
One of the students.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
the
last thing I heard, she was telling me that they were investigating it, but I'm not even too sure.
Inflation's rough, man. You need dinner. About to cut from there. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, she was killing raccoons on campus and eating them, which was kind of weird. Yeah. And she told me they were investigating it. But yeah.
College students, man, they're weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, okay. Hi, I'm James. You've seen 2 episodes of him. I'm first guest. I'm the first guest. Yeah. So you don't know me. I met him in grammar. That's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
And then I completely forgot who he was until I got a job at an unspecified retail location because I don't know how comfortable you are with stuff.
Yeah.
And I try and keep stuff separate too. But
Mhm.
I got the new job, and then I showed up, and he was there, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hi. And he was like, from grammar, and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. And so then, yeah, and then we've been working together since. So it's been like a year and a half that we've been working together.
Yeah. Verbatim, I said, hey, I remember you from grammar. And you're like, oh, shit.
Yes, I said,
You said
oh,
it
shit.
so loud, too.
Yeah, like that
like-
was like one of my first days at work. And I straight up, it was just like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how we met. And now I'm here in his home. Gonna ransack the place.
Mm-hmm. You can
It's
steal
great.
my dog.
Yeah. Nah, I won't. Dog's mid.
Okay. We're rating dogs. We're having a tier list of dogs. You're like, my
Yeah.
dogs are all S tier, and your dog F.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not.
S tier.
Would mid be F, or would mid be like?
No, mid is like
C?
middle.
I mean, yeah, I know. Mid is like middle, but like if something is mid, is it actually middle, or would you actually put it like F?
No, so if somebody says this is amazing or this is really good, you say it's mid to bring them down.
Yeah.
You basically ruin their spirits,
Yeah.
and that's why.
And I guess if somebody's saying, "Oh, it sucks," and like, it was mid, I guess you're kind of bringing it up a little bit. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of like just middle.
So it's mid.
All right.
Yeah. Hence, dog is mid.
You're mid.
Dog the bounty hunter, though, that's S tier.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You don't know who Dog the Bounty Hunter is?
Who's Dog the Bounty Hunter?
He had this like reality TV show, and he was a bounty hunter, like a modern bounty hunter, where they basically just go and find, basically stalk people so they can go to court and stuff like that in jail. But he was like super famous because he had like a cool personality. He had like a bleached mullet and sunglasses. And I think he was in Florida, maybe? Like he was a Florida bounty hunter. But yeah, he was dope. I'll throw up a picture if I figure out how to do it in the whatchamacallit, in the editing.
Picture.
Yeah,
If he doesn't put the picture right here, then I look like a loser.
I just put two dudes like kissing.
Yeah, he just like this right here. This is what I like. This is what I want.
This is my favorite thing.
This is my favorite thing. Yeah.
But yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Now you know.
Now I know. And I just realized something that I should probably tell you, but I will tell you after the recording, or you can cut it out. Your choice.
All right, we could cut it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, in that bit you did for the beginning, my address is right there in that middle frame.
Oh.
We better cut this out. So hopefully we'll check back the footage. We'll see if we can cut it, crop it down.
Yeah.
And if
I'll probably throw something to block it,
or throw up something to block it.
Yeah.
Either one, I don't care. It might be too distracting for the bit, but I don't know. So just be aware of that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so dogs. My dog's not mid. He's stupid.
Yeah.
Cool. So I got some topics. You got some topics.
I have a topic now, but go ahead. You lead.
Do you want me to go? Or you want to go?
No, I'll save mine.
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
No, you go. I'll save mine.
Okay, so
It's not even that spontaneous or.
I don't like my first
creative.
topic. I mean, we could talk about that later. I got a cool segment that I think would be funny, but we'll just go with that. Okay, so I had this idea. At work the other day where I was thinking about it, and I was like, I have a little mini segment I think we can do.
Okay.
I'm calling it 2 beers deep.
Mhm.
You want to know what the idea is? All right. So, the idea is come up with stuff that you think you would do, but you would be scared of it, so you'd have to be at least 2 beers deep to do it.
Oh, so we just say what we think.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I guess we're gonna just go back and forth thinking of what would be our 2 beers deep thing. So it kind of gets a sense of like how far are you willing to go? Like where's your limit, kind of like this is something I'd want to do or I'd be willing to do, but nah, I gotta like build some courage for that.
Okay.
You know, so it's like not something you would normally do. So it kind of gives you a gauge.
I mean, I go about 2 beers deep before I drive. So
Okay, well maybe don't put that. You see that?
Don't drink and drive unless you're good
cool.
at it.
Yeah. There you go. Same mindset.
Unless you're a badass at drinking and driving.
Well, you see, not everybody's good at first.
Yeah.
But you can be cool at first.
That's why
and
you
then
practice.
You get better. Yeah, you get practice.
See, if you want to make it work, I recommend you go about 2 beers deep, maybe more. So when it's lighter, it's easier.
Right.
And then get on a motorcycle.
Definitely.
The
less wheels, the better.
Hit about 100 on the freeway.
Exactly.
And then that's when you
see a cop, flip them off, and then rev for it.
No, if you see a cop, that's when you pull out your baton that you have stored in your back or in your ass.
Oh. Okay.
And then as you're passing right by him, you hit his window and then fly off the freeway. Like you just ramp off the freeway.
Sounds like a GTA mission.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with like some I was like I didn't really think of many things. I was kind of hoping to think of it on the spot. But one of the things I was thinking of was like probably something like skydiving or something.
Okay.
Like I would like to do skydiving, but I know that like that day of I would be so anxious about it. Be like I'm gonna die. So like yes, I would, and I'd want to, not condoning getting intoxicated then jumping out of an airplane, but like that's something where like I would have to really push myself to actually do it. Like I'd want to, I would. It's scary.
See, but would it be like 2 beers or like 2 drinks of alcohol? Because I mean 2 beers really ain't that much.
I just think it's catchy, but it's kind of like it's not too literal. It's just that like
because you could
being at least a little bit intoxicated would help.
Okay,
that's the idea.
I mean, skydiving makes sense.
That's an easy one.
want to skydive, so I mean, I don't know.
I feel like a universal one is talking to girls.
No, just fucking grow a pair, dude.
Okay.
Stop being gay and...
I'm the one that's in a relationship.
Stop being gay and just talk to women like a real man.
It's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Not me though. I stalked them on Instagram.
You're like, talking to girls is overrated. I'm all about that stalking.
Yeah, I DM them.
Catfishing?
I DM them on Tinder and then I don't talk to them again, and then I have them as my wallpaper.
There was, oh wow, I just remembered something. In 5th grade, there was this kid that like wasn't my friend, but like friend adjacent. Like he hung out with some of my friends. And I don't remember his name. Wouldn't want to name him on the podcast anyways. But he was funny, but he walked around school with his phone with like the wallpaper being some random adult woman, and he would just go around saying, yeah, this is my girlfriend. Yeah, this is my girlfriend. But like I feel like as a bit, it was funny, but also it's kind of like, dude, you haven't changed that wallpaper. And he's like, yeah, it's my girlfriend. Like, okay, dude. And he's
so he was
10.
parasocial.
He was 10.
He was a 10-year-old parasocial dweeb. I mean, I don't know.
It was probably, I don't know.
My dad would always do the thing where he's like, he would get like the beer signs with women on them. And I'm like, okay, Dad, that's so lame.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got to middle school, there was this Playboy bunny girl that played video games on YouTube, and then she was my wallpaper. So, I mean, to each their own.
You're right.
Yeah, get an introvert gamer girl is better than some beer girl who's going to look like Dan Marino by the time she's 30.
Okay, what I'm imagining like a, when you're saying beer girl, I'm imagining like the girl they put on like an advertisement for a beer. That's
yeah, like they're like in a bikini. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fictional. I don't think there's any girl that's actually
modeling.
Well, modeling, yes, but no, I mean, but like, there's not like a girl out there that's like, yeah, I'm just hot and I like beer and I walk around in a bikini.
Nah, they're real.
You can live in your lies.
They're the UFC girls who show the round.
Yes.
That's them.
Yes.
They're beer girls. No. Did you ever see that
Probably
picture? Or did you ever see that meme of the girl where it says it was like before White Claws were invented, and it's like a white chick with big tits, and she's like got a Colt 45 like taped to her hand, and then she's just like chugging it down. If I find it, I'll show it, but it's real good.
Oh yes, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. White Claw.
Boston women. No, I'm kidding.
Have you had a White Claw?
Yeah, I like sparkling water, so I kind of like them.
I don't think I've had a White Claw.
They're okay.
No, yeah. I don't think they'd probably taste good. But maybe no, I don't think I have.
I'm more of a lean type of guy.
I'm not much of a drinker. You're more of a lean. Oh, purple lean. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the true homies know.
Yeah. No, when it comes to drinks, I'm either those or like a cider. Like, I'm a little bitch when it comes to drinks. So, I mean,
normalize being a little wimp when it comes to alcohol, because that shit stings. So I want some fruity, fun drinks.
Well, not just that. Like, the drinks that I got when I turned 21, I think my friends bought me an IPA. Or no, it was when I turned 20.
Mm-hmm.
They got me an IPA, and it tasted like a yeast infection. It was so much wheat, like, in it. It was crazy. So I was like,
tasted like
kinda,
a yeast infection.
I kind of don't like the way this tastes, but I drank it anyway. And then by the time I like finished it, I gagged a bit.
I feel like I don't like beer, but it's kind of universal. It's kind of like everywhere. And if you can get used to it, it's like, it's mid.
Yeah.
Beer's mid.
Yeah, I mean,
beer's mid, but
if you get used to pegging, you'll like it too. So it's sort of the same thing.
Yeah, you want to tell us something, buddy?
No.
Okay. That's the future.
No.
You get all defensive. You're like, what? No.
Who even brought up pegging, bro?
What? You brought it up.
No. Speaking of pegging.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Is that 2 beers deep for you?
No. Oh yeah. Let me go back to that before I go on.
Yeah, I just gave off one thing and then we just walked in a completely opposite direction.
Yours was skydiving. My 2 beers deep in. I don't even know. I'm not really scared to do that stuff physically. So my 2 beers deep in would probably be talking to women.
So literally what I said.
No.
No, because I literally said, I was like, yeah, okay.
Let me see. I don't know. Probably dirt bike racing. Or not dirt bike racing. Or motocross. Because I'd be kind of nervous for the jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
I would both be. It'll both calm my nerves and then help me not.
I don't
feel
think that's
pain.
2 beers deep for me. I think that's too far.
Really?
I don't think I do motocross. But I think the other day I was thinking racing. I was thinking like car racing. I wouldn't want to do it on a motorcycle, but I could race on a car.
Like NASCAR?
Yeah, or something like that. Like F1. Like, yeah. I'd get behind. Whoa. I'd get behind the wheel and race. But I might have to be 2 beers deep. That's going on the internet.
We condone drinking and driving.
Yes, that's the main theme of this episode.
Yes.
Is if you're gonna drive, you might as well do it drunk. Cool.
Drinking and driving, baby.
Drinking and driving. Hell yeah. No, I can't really think of something else. But it's a good. You could think on that.
F1's sick. It's just crazy because you know where they where you see accidents and the cars flip.
Yeah.
I feel like F1 would be scarier because there's no roof.
I never really watched racing. I just know my dad likes racing, or he specifically likes racing games. That's his thing.
My racing knowledge is from Cars and
Cars, yeah,
and Talladega Nights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. So, yeah,
that's my racing knowledge.
Talladega Nights is funny.
Yeah, it's good.
My mom likes it. That's why I've seen it.
It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm. What was your segment going to be after?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of pegging.
Yeah, speaking of pegging, Do you remember? Do you remember last year when that police officer got in trouble for like having sex with other officers like on the job or something like that?
Never heard of that. What?
Really?
No, I didn't hear
This
that.
chick,
Yeah, you're gonna have to show it here.
Megan Hall.
Wait, she slept with other officers?
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
she basically got passed around like Snoop Dogg's blunt, and then
I would
like
not say that.
yeah, she basically got passed
Oh
around
my
like
God.
your average, doobie. And no, she just like she would like go up to officers and like sleep with them, like at her work or whatever. So, and then the whole investigation was like apparently she would do it in like the department, like police department gym or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up getting caught, and then getting both fired and I think sent to jail, maybe just fired. But this just popped up, and it said that Megan Hall, who slept with 6 colleagues, accused a coworker for being gay after he turned her down.
Whoa. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't read that story. I didn't hear about it. But workplace relationships are common.
Yeah.
Best to avoid. Don't do that.
No, that was cool, or not cool.
Yeah, that's his kind
Yeah.
of like that's cool. Like you know how like
Speaking
you go
of
on
cops pegging,
but you know how like you go on an article and they got like the comment section at the bottom.
Mhm.
Like, I wonder who's actually like commenting at the bottom of those news articles.
I don't know.
I just imagine like you going on there and just seeing that and be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty based of her. Not gonna lie.
I'm surprised people comment on Pornhub. Not gonna lie, or like
yeah.
because it's never interesting. Like every time I look at the comments on Pornhub, it's like, damn, her tits got bigger, or it's some like bot trying to promote their Snapchat.
Yeah, it's usually a bot, or it's just like the most random comment section.
Yeah. I saw one because there was a video that popped up, and it was a dude playing Minecraft on Pornhub.
Nice. Respect the grind.
And I think it was along the lines of like, this got my, I think it was like the blocks kind of reminded me of tits, and then it got me blocked up or something like that.
Just some stupid pun.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Do you also think like Pornhub kind of makes money the way YouTube does with like views, or no?
I have no idea how that system
Because
works.
if they're uploading like video games to that, are they getting paid, or who knows?
You know what? I don't know. They do have ads.
They do have ads, which are so fake. Those Pornhub ads are so fake, dude.
I don't know.
It's like some hot chick who's got like plastic surgery, which is still hot, and she's just like, hey, you watching porn all by yourself, and it's like, of course, who'd watch it with people?
As some people
And then
as some people sing.
and then it'll show like,
we don't kink shame.
and then it'll show like
you can watch with your
footage
friends.
of like their other videos that they have on their website or whatever, and then it's in like 3 times speed, so it's like a girl looking like a jackrabbit just going up and down on the dude, or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Don't make me feel left out. Don't say that since you got in a relationship you've been cold turkey. Don't make me feel bad.
Okay. Well,
I can tell that's where it was going.
After you're in a relationship.
I can tell that's where it was going, and you don't have to make me feel
I was
worse.
literally, I was thinking through. I was like, how do they monetize that? Because what I would imagine is that normally it's just that like it's like pathways to paid revenues, like especially like OnlyFans and stuff, where like that's where the models make their money.
OnlyFans is cool.
And so really Pornhub's really just advertising for their OnlyFans.
I support OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean,
Keep
it's
doing
like
it.
I mean, it's just like more individualized kind of. It's indie porn.
Yeah.
Indie's cool.
It's just
we
like
like
Shovel
indie
Knight.
games. We like indie movies. Indie porn is cool too.
Yeah.
You see the wild stuff. It really don't mean to be on this whole thing. Like, I don't. I'm not trying to continue this whole thing about porn and whatever. But
No, continue.
you're like, this is what I want to talk
Yeah.
about. This is all I think about. That's what you're like. My mind is so dirty.
I don't
I
have
gotta get it out.
I don't have 12 tabs saved not to talk about Pornhub.
My
Okay.
homework folder is not 60 terabytes deep.
I didn't study boob size just to not talk about porn, James.
At this point, I got a master's in it. Okay, I've been
Yes.
studying since I was 11. All right.
I wanted millimeter areola size for a reason.
Right.
Okay. I
Right.
studied it.
Right. But what I was gonna say is like, but okay, now get it. Get it. Anyways.
Uh-huh.
But you see the wild stuff that's going on with Twitch recently?
Is it what's her face Morgue Pie?
Well, it's
because I saw that on
but
Charlie's thing.
Yeah, I
Most
watched
critical.
I watched Charlie's thing on it, but Twitch changed their policies to allow nudity and twerking and stuff on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
except it had to be explicitly listed like on the like title.
Is it the hot tub?
And well, it specifically was like artistic nudity.
Okay.
Had to be so mostly drawings and stuff.
Okay.
So like
Hentai
was allowed, yeah, basically. So it couldn't be like personal nudity, but you could get pretty aggressive with it, and as long as it's explicitly listed in the title, and then they'd like move it like off the home screen.
Okay.
That was the idea. Except overnight, well, like that news dropped, and then overnight, like art is the top of Twitch, and everybody, it's just immediately everybody's like, hentai, that's what we're doing.
Oh, I think I did see it.
And then you had like the bathtub stream, like that whole thing, like it all just blew up, and they were like limit testing it, basically. But it everybody criticized it so hard, and Twitch got so wild so quick that like I don't know, like a day or two later, they reverted it back. They're like,
That's crazy.
okay, yeah, we overstepped. We're gonna step back to the last thing, and we're gonna try new things.
I can't believe that. Just getting rid of, because I think it was like
crazy.
Rule 34 on Section 2. You know, of Twitch.
That's Section 2 of Twitch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was like the 34th rule on Twitch.
Yeah, I know Rule 34, but
yeah, it's because of inflation. Look up Rule 34 inflation and know, or figure it out.
I am not on the side of the internet he is on. I don't know
Yeah.
what the heck he's talking about. I just thought that was wild. But yeah, I've been hearing more and more news about Morgue Pie.
Yeah, I saw Charlie's video, and she was not in the hot tub at all, but she was like on this thing that like jiggled her ass, and like the hot tub was like in the corner of the camera, and then the mirror was like fully like just directly behind her.
She's an entrepreneur. She's pushing new bounds.
She's pushing P.
She is she is finding that new frontier of Twitch.
Well, she was also a porn star too. So it was
yeah, she's also a porn star. Yeah. But I mean, obviously, Twitch is lucrative because there's a lot of people there, and it's technically
artistic.
What?
People have called me artistic.
I don't want to say child friendly because that implies that it's for children, but I mean like it's not a porn site. You know what I mean? So it's more socially acceptable, and so there's gonna be more people there naturally. So there's bigger, and there's already like there's a way of. I mean, there's definitely live porn sites too, but like I don't know, whatever. It's just it's a niche that wants to be filled. So, you know, there's gonna be people trying to fill that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to move away from porn.
Why? Why would you? It's the number one industry in America. No,
what is the number one industry in America?
Porn.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, there's no way.
It's the biggest moneymaker.
There's no. Google that right now.
Other than Bezos, it's the biggest.
Nah.
Like, moneymaker. Okay, let's see.
I bet it's not. I bet it's up there. I don't think porn's the biggest industry. And while he's doing that, hi. we're just two dudes talking on the internet, and we are ourselves.
Is not the medical industry. That medical industry is
Yo,
the
probably.
biggest lie.
Probably. No, I don't. You know how much medical insurance is?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
'Cause
high.
they
And
have-
then everybody has to do that.
bro, they had the cure for cancer. I'm telling you, they have it all. But
If
they're
they did,
they're withholding.
They would withhold it. That is true. I don't. But if they did, they would. The shit they do with like insulin and stuff is wild.
I really wish it'll show it. I'm telling you, it's true.
Hopefully you don't hear me gulping my water down. I got the mic right here.
Right here. The porn industry generates more income than the combined revenues of ABC, NBC, and CBS, and more than the combined revenues of NFL, NBA, and MLB in the U.S.
Okay.
It generates
fine.
between $15 billion to $97 billion a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an entertainment.
Oh.
See, that's not the biggest industry. Like just were you arguing the world or America?
It said the U.S.
But that's entertainment. And if you want to argue biggest entertainment sector, yeah, by just sheer like money, probably porn. But that wasn't what you said. So
I don't know.
money. But yeah, probably the medical industry, honestly. Hospitals and shit. That's expensive.
My GPA went up 0.1 this past semester from 2.5 to 2.6, baby.
Hey.
We're college graduates out here.
I am. He's working on it.
Almost done.
Like a year off?
Yeah.
Like December, right? Next year? You have one whole year.
One whole year.
And meanwhile, I've been out for 6 months.
Yeah, he's been out of the closet for 6 months.
That's true. No.
JimmyUndead is gay.
Certified true now.
Gay JimmyUndead?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
What's my other topic idea?
Yeah. Give me another one. I only planned that police officer thing.
That was your whole thing?
That was one of them?
Your whole topic was to talk about...
Yeah, because I thought you'd know.
No, I never heard of it.
Alright, I guess the other one was...
There's always crazy stuff going on with cops.
Yeah. I guess. I just found out from another podcast episode, there was this wrestler that was dressed as a cop.
Okay.
And his whole thing was pulling out his baton and hitting people.
Okay.
I forgot what it was called.
I never really watched wrestling.
Wrestling was sick.
The only like wrestling thing I've ever seen is not actually wrestling. It was a Netflix show called Glow.
Mm-hmm.
It's about women's wrestling. It was pretty good.
Did you ever watch that movie, Cuties?
No, I have not.
You remember though?
But there was some drama about that because it was like
child strippers.
Oh, well, they're not strippers.
They were dancers.
Dancers, yeah. They were like dance competition children, and it was just a bit too adult for kids. It was just like as weird. It just attracted all the creeps. Man.
Yeah.
I remember that drama. They took it down like immediately.
But yeah.
Lost my train of thought. I'm a great guest. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see, where were we at?
So my next thing was gonna be I've written down here stupid tattoo ideas.
Oh yeah.
Just with some like stupid tattoo.
Well, tell them about your tattoo thing first, and then.
Oh yeah, my tattoo. Okay, story time. There's not much of a story to this. My first tattoo is misspelled. Yeah.
Oh, I meant the every year thing.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So backing up.
You didn't have to come out about your misspelled tattoo.
No, it's a great story though.
Okay.
It's
then
funny.
Tell it all.
Okay,
tell it all.
So my tattoo thing is that at 20, I decided that for every like year, I would do a tattoo to represent the last year.
Mhm.
Because I like tattoos and I want tattoos, but I want a reason to get a tattoo because otherwise I would either get none or I'd get too many. So having a way of like measuring it, of like, yeah, one a year, that made sense to me, and a way of giving it meaning. So it could be kind of whatever, but it kind of has to like somehow remind me of that past year. And so for my first one, you might tell this is my place. That I'm an Unasanas fan. I'm a Markiplier fan. I like Markiplier. And I love Unasanas. And one of the things from that is Memento Mori, which apparently is a Stoic saying, whatever. But I know it from Unasanas. And so I decided to get that on my ankle. And so I went in, I did that. It wasn't that expensive. I just had to pay the base rate, and it was like 5 minutes, and I was out. And I was like, that's cool. Whatever. And then 2 weeks later, I'm back home. I'm showing it off to my friends. I'm like, look, I got a tattoo. And they're like, whoa, crazy. And one of my friends, he looks at it and he's like, yeah, I know Memento Mori. And I was like, And he's like, I think you misspelled it. And I'm like, what? What do you? No, I didn't. What do you mean? Because I had written it down and left it on my counter for, like 4 months before getting the tattoo. Because I was like, yeah, this is what I want. So I got that, and what I'd convinced myself that it was spelled correctly, and so I never had to think about it again. I could just go back to what I wrote down when I never spell checked it in the first place. And so he Googles it, and then they just all start laughing and going like, dude, you misspelled that. And then when I came back home down here, I went back and I got a new tattoo on my other ankle that is spelled correctly. So I have the same tattoo on both ankles, one misspelled, one correct, and that's that story. So
He also has his bachelor's in English.
Yes, that's an important part. I have a bachelor's degree in English, and I misspelled it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Memento Mori is Latin. I don't speak Latin. I should have Googled it though. That is.
Yeah.
It is. It's still good.
You can spell how to spell Memento Mori.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, your tattoo idea every year is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I got that, and then I got that when I turned 21 to represent 20. And then at 22, I got my tattoo on my arm.
From Scott Pilgrim.
From Scott Pilgrim to represent 21, because I'm 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing track, folks. But yeah, it's from Scott Pilgrim, and it's the power of love. To represent me falling in love with Bailey, who's my girlfriend. Yeah. See, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
And
Is that your whole personality, or are you just gonna keep bringing it up? No.
No, I'm just bringing it up specifically about this. But I'm making fun of you.
You can also say it's one of self-respect too, because that one was the purple one. Because I think the love one's red or whatever.
Yeah. And actually, in the story, Scott Pilgrim, the power of love wasn't good enough. He had to have the power of self-respect. So
yeah,
whatever, it's the whole thing. But I like Scott Pilgrim. I've always wanted a Scott Pilgrim tattoo, and I thought it was a perfect excuse.
Did you watch the show?
I haven't watched the show. I should.
Wow.
But it's on Netflix.
Fake fan. Yeah.
Right? We keep bringing up Netflix. I keep bringing up Netflix. But I'm going to keep bringing up Netflix now because did you know that Netflix now carries games?
Kinda. Isn't it like on like your device, and then you can just play games through the app?
Yeah, I don't know really. Cause it seems like it's mostly like mobile games and stuff. Because I was looking into it because I really wanted to get the GTA trilogy. I wanted to get the GTA trilogy, and it's on Netflix. Netflix has the GTA trilogy, the what is it? The definitive edition, and I want to play it. So I was first looking at Netflix, but it only works for mobile apps. So I don't know what. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird decision on Netflix's part. It's cool, I guess, if you just want to play like apps, but I would want a way to play it on like a TV or something.
Yeah.
You know? I guess it would play with the problems with that Stadia had with like streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to stream the game.
What was the other one? Wasn't it Huey on? Or
I
no,
don't
not
know.
Huion. Huion's a drawing tablet. It was like that silver cube one that had like a whole bunch of games on it, and you download them through its like app or whatever. And then Ouya, I don't know, but there was that one, and then the Apple Arcade one. And I don't.
I feel like Apple Arcade's more successful because they've already got their like established like mobile gaming industry, and so they just kind of do that. But
I'm pissed that they got their own Sonic game.
oh, they did.
Yeah, and
He's
it
a
actually
big
looks
Sonic
good.
fanboy.
Yeah, I have a Sonic tattoo that you're never gonna see.
He does have a Sonic tattoo.
But
It's your only tattoo right now. You
yeah,
getting any future tattoos?
yeah.
Do you know what your next tattoo is gonna be?
It was gonna be the marathon distance on my ankle, but I haven't gone yet because I ran that one in December. So I wanted to get that, and then there was this other one where it's like this skeleton skating. And it goes on on my like the side of the knee. That way, when you bend it, it looks like he's doing a trick.
Yeah.
But it looks real sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they heard that hiccup.
Hopefully you did. Hopefully you in high definition, like all the detail.
High definition audio.
I think that's a thing. Maybe.
Is it?
I don't know.
Nah, you're gaslighting me. It's not. Isn't it just?
I mean, because there's low quality audio.
Yeah.
So why isn't there a high quality audio?
Because audio is not high definition, right?
I don't know.
If this goes on the internet and I'm so wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
They're gonna question my high school diploma.
It's not something they teach you in high school.
Yeah, but
it's just like audio. I don't know. It's like a compression. I mean, I imagine there's some technical term for high quality audio. I just don't know if it's high definition. I know high definition is to do with video. So, I don't know.
I'm scared I'm wrong.
That joke got ruined, but I was gonna joke about how I wish you could hear all the details of his burp. Burp, burp.
No.
It tries again.
Just.
How far away into the recording thing?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me check my phone. We are 40 minutes in.
40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. But yeah, so what I have written down here is stupid tattoo ideas. There's all sorts of stupid tattoos.
Dude, people who get like stuff on their hands and neck without covering their body.
Yeah.
I think if you have visible tattoos,
yeah,
that are like on your fingernails or anything,
that like you can't cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our current boss, she has a mustache tattoo on her finger.
That's a millennial thing. That really is
stupid.
Yeah.
Millennials are dumb.
She got it because she was told that it would come off, so it was kind of temporary.
No, they just fade. They don't come off.
I know, but that's why she got it, is that the tattoo artist like gaslit her into believing that it would eventually come off like relatively soon, so she thought it would be like temporary. And I'm like, that's not how tattoos work. And she was like, yeah. I mean, now it is true that finger tattoos, they do fade quicker.
Don't the mouth ones fade the fastest?
Yes,
like your lip one.
Yeah, or like tongue. I think they that sheds real quick. So that actually kind of does eventually come off, but eventually it's still a tattoo, and theoretically can be there forever, and probably is to a certain extent. But yeah, don't get finger tattoos expecting it to come off soon. It doesn't. It I don't know, unless you got like really like heavy activities on your hands where they have to constantly
I wonder if you can like, when you break a fingernail or toenail, you like pull it off and then get it tattooed under your fingernail.
I bet people have done that.
Preserved.
Well, tattoos are preserved anyways.
Yeah, but I mean like the ink like is not fading, you know? So like the ink is more visible under your fingernails as opposed to as if you washed it on like your finger.
No, I don't think you understand how tattoos work.
No, I'm tatted, bro. I know how they work, okay?
Yeah. All right. So why do tattoos fade?
Because you're wiping off the ink.
Yeah,
And
when you
it's
get
like-
wet and then it like seeps further into your skin, like
Yeah.
a paper towel. That's what yours happens to your skin.
Dude, I've had the fruit by the foot tattoos. I know. It fades with liquid.
Yeah.
It fades with liquid.
Yeah,
No, but
that's how tattoos.
because it goes down in your tissue, so like
Mhm.
I think the top layer just gets rubbed off like over time.
That's not how it works. I mean, yes, the top layer does get rubbed off, but what happens is, so when you get tatted, it goes underneath like those initial layers of skin. Of course, you don't want to go too far down. And then when it scabs and like all peely and stuff, that's the top layer of skin that's getting rubbed off. And then after that, the top layer of skin actually isn't inked. It's the underneath layers of skin that are inked, and you're seeing it through the top layers. But the reason it fades over time is because the way it works is that the ink is there are big clumps of ink in there, and your body can't digest it. But over time, UV rays from the sun break it down into smaller ink particles that your body can eat up, and then it like pushes it out. Like, so it breaks up the ink particles, and then those tissues around it try and absorb it to slowly eat at it. But so it naturally fades into like the nearby cells as they regrow and stuff. So it actually doesn't have to do with like wear tear. It has to do with sun exposure and time for your cells to grow outwards a little bit. So I would think that if you got like nail tattoos, like underneath the nail, it would still fade because it doesn't have to do with like toughness. It has to do with exposure.
I mean, that's what I said. I don't know why you're going on. No.
Yeah, you're like, that's like verbatim what I said. So,
I'm in college. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you're getting.
I'm a tatted college dude.
You're getting your degree in tattooology.
Yeah, I get muffler everywhere. I know. I've seen a frat house. I know how tattoos work.
Ooh, okay. So, what are the places where you wouldn't get tattooed? Like never ever.
My nutsack.
Okay.
That region in general, from schlong to sack, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Taint, no, I wouldn't do that either.
That would hurt like a motherfucker.
I remember watching Jackass and Steve-O got like shocked on his taint, and that was wild.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that, so more or less needles going in.
Right.
Plus, not even you would be able to see it unless you had a mirror. So like,
no, it's like a party trick. Like, you just pull down your pants and then you put on a mirror and you're like, yeah, see, look, it's tatted.
my taint at.
My taint. Yeah.
But so yeah.
It's a taint too.
Yeah, schlong, sack, taint.
I'm assuming nowhere in the ass.
I'd be open to it.
Really?
Not in my ass, but like
no, but
on
like,
my ass. I would do.
I mean, like asshole.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Ain't nobody getting a spider web on their asshole. On the butt cheek
so
though, I would get like
butt
a car
cheek?
driving out.
Sure. Okay.
But
Interesting.
I wouldn't do my face. I would think about my hands, but it'd have to be on like
Right.
it'd be depending on what.
Right.
And then probably the bottom of my feet. I wouldn't do the bottom.
You wouldn't do the bottom of your feet. Why
No.
not? Just because it hurts?
That and like, I'm not Buzz Lightyear. I don't want something on the bottom of my feet. Plus, like the recovery time would suck because you're like constantly moisturizing it, and then you have to
like
walk
around.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah. Interesting that you say like never ever bottom of your feet, because I feel like I wouldn't want tattoos on the bottom of my feet, but I would do it. Like, why not? Like, I don't care. I wouldn't do my face. Face, neck. No, like none of that. Same with like the groin region, like just none of that. I don't think I would do hands, but I think finger tattoos are pretty cool. Like, especially like little like the traditional tattoos. I think they look really cool when they're small and on your knuckles and stuff. I think those are cool. But I don't think I would. I'm not gonna say never ever, but that's a very close never ever.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to have a specific.
I think
like if I didn't need to worry about like my career or anything.
Yeah. I think one that would be cool is like if you had it, but like you lock your fingers and it's like a tribal or like a pattern or something. That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? The only thing that I probably definitely would get tatted on my finger is a wedding ring because I hate rings.
You'd get a wedding ring tatted?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just wear a ring?
No,
Like, not even the silicone
I've told
ones?
Bailey. I've told her. That's my girlfriend's name. I've told her that I would probably rather have it be tatted than wear a ring. Like we'd still have the ring. I'd only wear it for special occasions though, because I don't like jewelry. I don't like wearing things. So I'd rather just have a tattoo.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about me. I hate it, and like
Is it
eventually
the sensory overload?
maybe, or also I just don't like the idea of it being stuck on it. So like always want to take it off just to make sure. But my fingers are weird, so my knuckles are bigger than like.
I mean, mine are too.
But so it'd always move around, and so it'd bother me, and so I'd want to take it off and stuff, and then I'd probably forget, and like that's the last thing I want.
Because what I do is I like put my ring on, and then like as soon as I get home, I take it off. So anytime I'm out, I put it on.
But like a wedding band, you can't really do that. The whole idea of a wedding band is it's on forever. Like you don't take it off. I mean, I guess yes, you can. My dad has taken it off to like adjust or whatever,
or wash it,
or to wash
his hands.
Like yes, but mostly no. Like even when you're home or like going to sleep, I don't know. Are there people out there potentially in the future or whatever watching this who you're married and you have a wedding band, and do you take it off to like go to sleep and then put it back on in the morning? I feel like that's a lot.
No, the better question is, do y'all have a significant other if you're watching this right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's the bigger question, and then it's a marriage one.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. Why is that the bigger question?
Because not many people are married now. Because I think, because I've been seeing it recently too. Millennials are just like popping babies out and they're stupid. So I think like our generation now, they're like more selective with their partners because it's both less marriages and then along with less marriages, it's like longer term relationships, which is cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like the whole culture around.
Like if you're not going to get married, but like, or if you're going to get married and then it does work, like I'd rather have that than so many marriages fail. Because like I've seen some dumb babies, bro. Like my mom, when she was teaching in elementary, like a couple years ago, dude, some of those kids are stupid. Like they don't even know how to do a hand turkey. Like they're dumb. Like I don't even.
I don't know, because part of me thinks that kids are kids and kids are naturally stupid, and that we don't realize how stupid we were when we were kids.
Yeah, but they're the first generation of iPad kids, and then the millennial parents don't even care about them.
I'm not a big fan of iPad kids. Nothing against you, iPad kids, but
you're stupid.
To the parents out there, don't just stick an iPad in front of your kid. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, make them play outside.
I say if you're gonna stick anything in front of them, stick like a gaming console. That way they're at least interactive with it, and they're not just going brain dead off Coco Melon.
Yeah, no, the kids, and they're all the same, right? They kind of just sit there and they're just like, and they cough like at their iPad.
Yeah, and they're like their legs are all spread out with their ass out.
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah.
You know?
Yes, exactly.
Because at least me, when I was learning precision and figuring out stories and games.
Yeah.
And then also learning to be quick to close my DS and hide it from my mom under my pillow.
Yeah.
Like that's 3 skills.
That's at least 3 skills. I still use them.
That's 3 skill points. That's 3 skill points. If these kids are just brain dead from Coco Melon and then you're having to hit them on the back of the head to even get their attention.
No, but there definitely is something like, because like, yeah, as an out, like I still watch TV and play games or whatever, and there's something said about that. But it's really like when you're like a little kid, when you're developing, like you really need to go outside and do some shit, and then you get a little bit of iPad time. But as you get older, you can handle a little bit more iPad time. Like a 13-year-old, like fine, play on your iPad, I don't care. But 3 to like 5, like no,
yeah,
definitely not.
All the boomers that said video games are bad, they're not bad. They actually help people. It's the
it actually probably would help boomers the most, because there's studies that have shown that people like people with Alzheimer's can improve their memory and ability by playing video games.
Joe Biden playing GTA on the Vita.
Yeah. Yes.
Joe, where are you taking that bike? I learned it on Liberty City.
Yes.
Yes. It's amazing.
Yes. He's like, sorry, I gotta go play. It's my game time. He like walks away from the podium. It's like, sir, you gotta give the State of the Union. It's like, no, I gotta go play GTA. I gotta go kill some whores.
You're good people. I'm sorry, but GTA 6 has realistic strip clubs.
Yeah. Have you seen the jiggle physics on that?
I'm gonna be AFK for at least 3 months. This year's election.
Not literally I'm gonna be on the keyboard, but I'm gonna be AFK for my presidency.
Yeah. This election, I'm out. I'm gonna sink so many hours into that GTA 6.
I'm not going up for re-election. Why not, Mr. President? GTA 6 released, man.
And Donald Trump's like, you idiot, you fool. We all know GTA peaked at 5. We know this.
He would say some shit like that.
Trump is like a Skyrim fan.
It would be the funniest shit if there was like a podcast of like Biden and Trump as co-hosts.
Yeah.
Just hearing them, like, it'd be mean.
Talking about video games?
Yeah. Just seeing their opinions about video games. Imagine they got like deep lore on it. They're like, Skyrim.
Joe, stupid Joe. You know, God of War. It's the best there is.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnarok changed the gamescape forever.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty has no comparison
Never been
to Ragnarok. Okay?
They need to make Call of Duty great again.
Make the campaigns longer. Bring back Black Ops. Other than that, can't do that. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And then Biden would be like, where am I?
I thought this was my last save.
Yeah.
I thought I was outside Princess Peach's castle.
Dude, we need to stop hiring all these old people.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, electing. Same thing.
I think if they are old, they got to be conscious.
Yeah, they gotta go with like through a background test or whatever. Are they fucking competent?
I remember too, because I was able to vote like right as the 2020 election was going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't vote.
Yeah.
Which I have no regrets because I don't vote. But
no regrets.
I just remember the whole campaign to like kick Trump out, and then now the tables turned because Joe Biden doesn't even know what color the White House is.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
Oh shit. I'm not dogging on a specific party. I'm dogging on Joe as a person.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, vote whoever you want to, but just Joe, man, he's past his prime.
Lost Joe. Did you ever see? I'm bringing up another meme, but did you ever see the ones where it's Joe Biden wake up?
Mm-mm.
It's like this Mexican dude, and he's like, Joe Biden, wake up. It's like he's been in a Matrix. Let me see if I can find it.
I haven't seen it.
It's the best thing ever. But
he's deep into the meme.
Yeah, it's like this 50-year-old Hispanic guy, and he's like, Joe Biden, wake up, Joel. And of course, I have no internet connection.
That's okay. We're recording anyways. We can find out later. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any other topics?
Nah, but these kids are stupid. That's my outcome from this.
That's your outcome?
That's my...
All right. So my last one is French numbers.
Oh, yeah. I remember. He was going to tell me about this the other day at work, and I told him to save it.
French numbers are crazy. Like 80 is like 420s translated into French or something like that. Like you got to look it up. He's an iPad kid.
No.
He's an iPad kid. He's sitting here. All right.
No, keep talking French numbers. Okay. I think it's this one.
Sorry, listeners.
Joe Biden, wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. 9/11, today's same day, what happened 2001. This is Wally POK, Hanakin, Actual Pacheco Sun, Texas, USA, 24/7 every day. I'm wake up in USA. George W. Bush,
He's just showing
they
me the
make a
meme.
9/11.
I'll show them. I'll
you
show you
put
the
it
video.
in?
Yeah.
You put it in here.
Yeah.
Right here. This is the meme.
But yeah, as Joe Biden wake up.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Mid.
No.
That's my meme review.
Sorry, you don't know what humor is.
Correct. I have zero humor. Don't.
Anyway, French numbers.
French numbers are wild. You gotta look it up because I don't have my phone on me since that's my phone. But French numbers are they it's like math. It's a math equation to name like one number.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So they like have to add the sounds together.
Well, I don't know, but like if you like translate it into English, it would be like I don't know. Like,
Oh, I did know a number. Because
because
you remember from Talladega Nights where Jean Girard is like, I race in Formula 1. Formula 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yes.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1, 2, 3, 14, 15. So it's just Spanish.
Okay, well, yes. Well, it's gonna be close, but yeah. Look. 21, 22. So it's like 20. It's like 21, which and then 30 to 60, and then.
James, I think you're just
70.
learning Spanish and normal numbers.
No.
Yes, when you say like 21, it's 21, 22.
Look. French counting rules start to get a little tricky with the number 70.
Oh
French,
yeah.
And
Let me count the number 70 in French.
instead of having a different number for 70, like there is for 20, 30, 40,
Okay.
50, and 60, you'll use 60-10. So 70 is 60-10. After 60-10, you'll keep tracking numbers 10 through 19 on the end of 60 until you get to 80. So it's oh my god, wait, so 79 is 60-19.
Okay.
That's weird.
How do you say it?
Well, I don't know how to say it in French.
60 ante 13.
But it's 60 plus whatever to get the number between 60 and 80.
Says it only gets harder when you hit 90s too, because it's 4, 20, 19.
So what's
That was 99.
What's that in English though? So I mean,
That was 99. The one I said earlier was 73.
Okay, this is where things get extra crazy. So in numbers 70, 79, use a little addition, but once you get to 80, the French ramp it up a notch to multiplication. They didn't think they needed a word for 80 itself and might have thought of, whatever that is, 60-20 was a little confusing. Instead, they say, Quate Vinx, I'm mispronouncing that totally wrong, or 420. So yeah, it's 4 times 20. Then you get to 90 and you get 4, 20, 10. Oh my god, so it's multiplication then addition.
Nice. It's because they smoke.
So 4, 20, 10 is how you say 90 in French. Which is weird. That's it. That's the whole thing. French numbers are weird.
Yeah, I say 4, 20, 10 every time I turn a year older and I'm like freaking zooted or something. Or high or whatever. Just be like 420, 21. That's my age. 420, 21.
Yeah.
Ooh, Arabic numbers?
Arabic numbers.
Oh no, it's just Arabic. Like the language.
Oh. Yeah. I took 5 years of Spanish, y'all. I took 5 years of Spanish in 2.5 years.
Bro, I have to fucking take Spanish again. I regret not taking Spanish 3. Because it would have counted as my college credit. And I have to fucking take it again.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I took the Spanish AP test.
Yeah. American
And-
school system sucks.
And
No, I'm
then
kidding.
the college misread my scores as a 5 instead of a 3, so they gave me a 5. They gave me like full course credits on Spanish, and so I was like 1 course away from getting a minor in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so
Nice.
yeah.
I
Aren't you
mean-
glad I'm not your translator? Because I would have gotten it all wrong.
I mean, you're probably more qualified than some other teachers. I mean,
Perhaps.
nah, it's a joke. My mom's a teacher. She's okay at her job.
No, I think his mom's really bad at his job. I'm gonna go on the record and say that.
Well, she's not a teacher anymore. She did teach. She taught Spanish. Even though she didn't teach me Spanish, because she was like every other first generation Mexican American where they're like, yeah, I'm not going to teach my kid Spanish. That way I can just, tell my partner secrets and talk about gossip and shit like that.
Oh, that totally.
While my
makes sense.
kids don't know.
I would so do that. I would so do that.
Dude,
if I were like, if I had kids and I was raising them in another country, I would just I would let them learn that country's language, and then I would just be, no, honestly, probably the truth is they'd be bilingual. But that's smart. Not gonna lie, that's smart.
That's every second generation Mexican American. And they're like, oh, why is my language dying? Why aren't you teaching it to them?
Yeah.
Why aren't you teaching it to them? That way we can learn the language. But no, you just want to...
Fuck you, parents.
You just want to roast, I don't know, Debbie's parents in Spanish while they're not around.
That's hilarious.
And then you don't want your kid who's always brutally honest to tell them or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's funny.
And then by the time I did pick up Spanish, when I was kind of learning it, they were like, okay, now we got to figure something else out to talk.
Yeah.
And then I forgot Spanish again. So I need to pick it back up.
Yeah. I feel like it's a normal thing for like second generation.
Beaners.
Okay. And I wasn't gonna say that, but
I can say that.
You can say that. I can't because I'm white. I'm whiter than a sheet of paper. I'm Scottish and German.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I'm pale.
Okay.
I have sunburned on a cloudy day after an hour.
Yeah, I know, but what is you having to be white have to go with the topic you were gonna make or the argument?
Well, just because you said that you could say that, and
oh yeah,
and I was like, yeah, no, I can't because I'm whiter. I was going off.
I forgot.
I was riffing off of what you said.
No, I forgot.
Yeah. This is what you do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm better at your job than you.
Yeah, I'm a second generation Mexican American.
Anyways, I feel like it's a normal thing for second generation anybody really, because I had like Korean friends and stuff in high school that they want to learn like
their native language.
Their native language. What would be the appropriate term there? The language their parents or grandparents use and stuff. But it's always hard, and I mean, that makes sense because it's like a second language. Anyways, and second language acquisition is hard to begin with.
Like you should be learning that.
But it's a normal thing for people want to learn that language.
You should be like learning it as you're developing.
That's the easiest thing.
Isn't it before 8 or something?
Something like that. But at a young age, if you're learning at a young age, you can pick both up really easily. I think it's specifically before 5. Like the earlier the better. And like babies can learn sign language before anything else. So you can talk to your kid before they can speak.
Gorillas can learn sign language too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know if it's when they're young, but I think because their brain isn't developed as much as humans, I'm completely guessing. But I think it's because like their brain isn't as developed as humans, so maybe they're developed as like the same age as a kid, so they like pick up things fast. Maybe.
I've heard something about how certain chimps or whatever
because I know
have mental capacity similar to like a kid.
Yeah. Because I know I've seen kids where they're like making signs like if they have to go to the bathroom or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I can't get that on screw. Yeah. I don't know sign language, so I'm not gonna teach my kids sign language because I don't know.
I would like to learn.
But I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, you could make up your own sign language. Whatever, you know? Yeah, you teach your kid that the middle finger just means I love you. So that way they
This means I love you. So make sure you tell every teacher.
no, this is hello
Yeah.
and this is goodbye.
Yeah. Remember the double for goodbye.
Double goodbye.
It's kind of like how when you talk in Hawaiian and they're like aloha, and it can also mean bye.
Mm-hmm.
Double middle fingers means bye.
Right.
Remember that, kids.
That's the truth. That's the gospel. They wrote that in the Bible. And you know the Bible. Everything that's written in there is fact.
Yeah. They've never misinterpreted the Bible.
No, it's not like it was translated over and over and over centuries. And you know how like when you put stuff in Google Translate and you do that over and over and over and it comes out completely gibberish to what the original text was? It's not like that at all ever happened with all the different translations of the Bible.
Yeah, they would never.
Never.
Did you hear that the oldest mention of the Bible is the Sea Scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls?
What Dead Sea Scrolls? What do you mean?
So the oldest version of the Bible is Dead Sea Scrolls that they found at the bottom of the ocean. And then I learned this from Joe Rogan, FYI, so I'm probably saying it verbatim. But so the Dead Sea Scrolls is the oldest version of the Bible, and that the only guy who was able to translate it was on mushrooms. So they believe that mushrooms is the real connection between human and Christianity. So like that was the only way he was able to like pretty much translate it from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Everything that Joe Rogan talks about somehow connects to mushrooms. That dude's obsessed with like eating and shit.
Which good for him. I mean, glad he has a hobby. But
yeah, glad he has a yeah, when somebody asks you what's your hobby and you're just like, yeah, drugs.
Like Jack's DMT trip.
Yeah. One of our coworkers the other day was just going on and on about DMT, and we're like, have you done it? And he was like, no, but I have done so much research on what it's like. And
I saw this YouTube video and it said that the comments were like, this is just like
this is just like it. And he's like, so basically I know what it's like to be on DMT.
And I told him, I was like,
that was the funniest stuff.
You should get a VR, play the DMT trip video, and then put noise canceling headphones. Because drugs basically messes with your senses. So might as well just watch it. And
that's my president.
Yeah. Yeah. My president will be pro DMT.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll hop on the news tripping, after popping a Molly.
Yeah.
On VR. That's my president, yeah.
VR DMT trip.
VR DMT trip.
It's a 34th law.
Yeah.
So it's a 34th rule of the 5th law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So search up 5th law, rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it. But yeah. That's all I got. I don't know. What about you?
That's all I got. I feel like I've kind of run through my topics.
Yeah, I need to go eat. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since this morning.
Food.
Got a burrito.
Food nice. Food good.
Yeah, food is good.
Food is good.
Yo, Goku Black's back in the Fortnite shop. My 10-year-old friends were saying that. I don't have 10-year-old friends. I'm saying my friends act like 10-year-olds.
This man right here on camera, posted on the internet, has admitted to having friends that are 10.
No, they're 10 like. Is that better? 10 like.
I don't know. You're digging yourself the deeper hole.
Whatever.
His friends are adults.
They have
their spirit.
They have the brain development of a 10-year-old.
Yes, that's what he's saying.
But okay, that was go check James out at JimmyUndead on YouTube and Twitch.
It's
if he's still posting on Twitch as much. But
I'm not posting on Twitch as much, but like you can. I mean, whatever. But it's not JimmyUndead on Twitch. It's actually Jimmy Jam the Man. I'm gonna change that to JimmyUndead.
Okay.
So either look up Jimmy Jam the Man or JimmyUndead on Twitch, but everywhere else it's JimmyUndead.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and change Twitch to JimmyUndead. But yeah.
Yeah. So go check James out. He makes good video game content.
Yeah. And I do some reviews here and there.
Yeah, some movie reviews. He did the FNAF review and the new Godzilla review. So I heard that movie's badass, so I really want to go see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, that was James. Check him out.
Bye.